Thank you. Right now, there is a Medina Alert out after police say a truck hit a person on a bike and then kept going early this morning. That person was seriously hurt. Denver police say they're looking for a white 2022 GMC Sierra pickup truck and Colorado license plate CYTZ04. It was last seen heading eastbound on West Yale Avenue. Police say the truck will have damage to the passenger side, maybe to the front. Anyone with information is asked to call 911.
Denver police do not want newly arrived migrants washing car windows in the middle of intersections. The department started handing out flyers to migrants a couple of months ago. They warned that wandering through traffic and asking for money on the street corners are illegal. People could be fined and face charges. A man named Jose washes windows at an intersection in South Denver every day. He says he can make around $100 a day. It's the best way that he and others have found to make money in the country where they can't legally work.
Si pueden ayudar a uno con lo que puedan, agradecido de verdad. No todos somos malos, los buenos somos más.
While the threat of charges is real, very few citations have actually been issued. The Denver City Attorney's Office says they're only aware of 30 cases since the beginning of the year. We don't know how many of those cases involve migrants.
Loveland has taken the next step to help those experiencing homelessness. This week, the city finalized a contract with Summit Stone Health Partners. The goal is to create and operate a street outreach program aimed at connecting those who are homeless and struggling with addiction to supportive services. The program will be designed to have staff actively engage with people living on the street who have not accessed support through Loveland's homeless programs. The cost of the program is offset by a $1.8 million national opioid settlement that the city opted to receive from the state of Colorado.
RTD says that there has been less crime reported at a couple of light rail stations since they started reprogramming elevators there. As part of a 90-day pilot program, the elevators at 3 light rail stations were made to stay open until someone selected a floor. RTD ran the pilot at its Colorado 9 Mile and Southmore stations from the middle of March to the middle of June. The agency says this year and last that the most popular reason for calls at those stations was drugs. Those calls dropped by more than half at Colorado and Southmore during the pilot. RTD says that the elevators at 9 Mile were not operational for much of that time period, so they don't have an accurate data for that one. RTD is expanding the program to now include 6 light rail stations.
Voters in 8 counties will get to decide if RTD can keep money that would otherwise need to be refunded back to taxpayers. The vote is because of the Taxpayer Bill of Laws, TABOR, which limits how much government entities can keep and spend each year unless voters override that. Voters in the past have allowed RTD to keep more than the TABOR limit, but that approval expires in 2026. So RTD will ask voters in parts of Adams, Boulder, Denver, Jefferson, and 4 other counties if it can continue to keep the overage here. We don't know exactly how much RTD is asking to keep. Historically, it can really add up. Between 2011 and 2019, RTD was allowed to keep $647 million that otherwise would have been refunded back to taxpayers. Voters will see the TABOR override request on the November ballot.
Denver Water says too many sprinklers are turning on at the exact same time. It's like clockwork, 5 o'clock on Monday mornings.
The rate of water use at that hour is as if customers were using over the span of a whole day 700 million gallons, and they typically use half that.
Denver Water says at 5 a.m. on Monday, June 24th, water demand soared to levels not seen in roughly 20 years. They warn use like that puts a serious strain on their systems. Denver Water thinks so many people might be watering their lawns at that time because many irrigation systems are programmed to turn on during that time slot. Denver Water says switching to another time like 3 or 4 a.m. on Mondays would be a big help. You can also help conserve water by watering your lawn no more than 3 days a week, turning off your sprinklers when you're expecting rain, and rethinking your landscape.
It's 5:06 right now, and this morning Hurricane Beryl continues to devastate the Caribbean. It's expected to make landfall in Jamaica in just a few hours as a Category 4 storm. This morning there is a nationwide curfew across Jamaica. The announcement comes as Prime Minister Andrew Holness declares Jamaica a disaster area for the next 7 days. Americans are experiencing some effects of the storm. Cruise companies are rerouting some ships to avoid the dangerous weather. Other tourists are hunkering down or getting out. Meanwhile, experts predict Beryl could could increase the cost of U.S. gas by 5 to 10 cents a gallon over the next week. That's because it might disrupt Gulf Coast oil refineries. Ed, will Colorado see any effects of this storm?
You know, we might see a little moisture from it coming in maybe Monday, Tuesday here in Denver. But here's the problem right now. There it is that you talked about. Category 4 storm. Here is Jamaica. This could be the worst hurricane to hit Jamaica in 17 years. Then the high pressure system that was in the Gulf and is keeping it down to the south is slowly sliding off. So we think we might get a more northerly curve. It may come very close to hitting near Brownsville, Texas by Monday at 2 a.m. And then some of the moisture that comes along with it could work its way right up into Colorado early next week.
Right, and we are going to get you out the door this hour, I believe, showing you what the drive is looking like right now at 5:08. This is what our map is looking like, very green. I wouldn't say there's a rush out the door at this time of the morning. Travel times for you looking fantastic. Denver to Boulder commute right now on westbound Highway 36 will only take 18 minutes. And new this morning, homeowners who live near a busy intersection in Denver between 6th and Colfax Avenue say they have seen a lot of crashes over the last few years, and they say it's only getting worse. 9 News reporter Brianna Fernandez is live along 10th and LaPan. Brianna, neighbors have actually reached out to the city for some changes.
Erica, for years, most of the people who live in this neighborhood have lived here since the 90s, so they've seen a lot of changes over time. They say you have RTD here, then you have West High School, plus businesses along Santa Fe. So not only do they see a lot of foot traffic, but also vehicles who cut through this neighborhood. So right now along 10th and LaPan, there's a stop sign running north and south along LaPan. The problem that neighbors see constantly is speed and those who ignore the stop sign. They say they have witnessed near miss crashes, plus crashes that have ended right in front of people's doorsteps. They tell me that they have reached out to the city for years, plenty of times, wanting improvements like speed bumps or a four-way stop, a roundabout, anything to slow down drivers.
They just cruise right on through. No attempt at all to stop. A lot of the people cruise through. And you can see them creeping out into the center of the intersection. I call this 10th and trauma sometimes, not 10th and LaPan, 10th and trauma.
So I did reach out to the city to see how many crashes have happened at this intersection and to see if any improvements could be coming to this intersection. I'll have that story for you in the next hour. For now, I'm live in Denver. Brianna Fernandez for 9 News.
Brianna, thank you.